It just dawned on me that I made a fatal mistake. I ordered 2 brand new yellow Williams flipper bats. Ellie, how many friggin' flippers are in Congo, huh? The answer is not 2, you big dork. Not you, Ellie, me. I am the big dork. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Alright, episode number 4. Coming in hot. Pez Johnson says the over-under on this series is 5.5 episodes. What do y'all think? I usually string them out about double what they should be because I'm slow. Check this out. I found a home for all these mountain plastics from Kevin's Whitewater Restore, so they will live there eternally and just be more fun stuff to look at. As you can see, pretty much got every square inch covered with some cool pinball stuff. It's the latest Graisley Garage collection of No Good Gophers and Cactus Canyon. And wait, there was something else I was going to show. Another edition. Yeah, it was Damon Huffman. There's always stuff going on the wall. It's just never-ending stream of fun. But there you go, Damon. There's your Roadshow art blade. That will be there also for eternity. Okay, so I forgot to order lift trim on the order I just placed with John Charest. But then I remembered that there was a slight chance in my little pile here that I had lift channel. Because I remember on one lot I picked up, there's a few lift channels all like tied together. And this was literally the last one in that little bundle there. So, fortunately, I have one. Do not need to order one, so that is very fortuitous. It's so nice when you hoard a bunch of pinball parts and they come in handy, and it happens all the friggin' time. So that's why I get hesitant when I want to sell stuff, because I'm like, as soon as I sell it, I'm probably going to need it. But oh well, you can't hoard everything. Oh, speaking of hoarding everything. Okay, so check this out. I've got new Apron cards. I picked them up today for Congo. I also have Rob Vieira's Sorcerer. So since I have nice new shiny ones, I don't really need these anymore. And these are totally perfectly fine. They're cut nice. They're laminated. They're shiny. They're thick paper. So what I'm thinking is, if you want these, shoot me a message. The first message that I notice that comes in, it may not be in the order that I receive it, but the first one that I see via whatever method, and you want these for your Congo or your games room, send me a message and I'll ship them off to you. Okay, so I'll put these by the stairs so that I remember to bring them up. Also, Clint, who's restoring a black hole. These are coming to you shortly, brother. Oh, and Eddie Kramer gave me this really cool mod when I was restoring my black hole, and I didn't end up installing it, so I'm going to forward it to Clint, and he will perhaps install it into his black hole. So this is a custom design mod by John Jukes, I think, out in BC. So it allows for the black hole back box spinning disc. You know that thing? It just spins and spins and spins. Well, this little thing here, this transistor and diodes and whatnot, will just make it so that only when you go into the lower playfield, the disc will spin. So that preserves your motor and also just makes it for a cool effect rather than just spinning all the time. So it's like more rewarding when you get into the lower playfield and you see the disc start spinning. So I'm gonna send that to Clint as well. Anyway, let's start with Sorcerer. These are pretty sure the latest cards that Greg has designed. And if you want some of these, oh, also, what I gotta do is show you Benzie action. So go to pinballcards.com, okay? That's where you will see awesome designs like this. That's not Benzie. This is Benzie. I think that's Benzie. Pretty sure it is. Actually, I don't know if those are or not. Yes, those are Greg Ben's design. Pretty freaking cool, right? These are also Greg Ben's design. And these, not sure about those. But if you're seeing all these awesome apron cards on everybody's machines, it's like a 50% chance that Greg Ben's is the culprit. So let's check out the Sorcerer action. Oh, cool. He's got 3 in there for Rob to decide on. These are nice and shiny. Good quality paper. Good finish. And just look at that art. That is some serious Sorcerer curb appeal. Rob Vera, I'm just going to wipe these under my armpits for you, okay? Give them a couple wipes. And seal this envelope with a kiss for you. There you go, buddy. Now, for Congo. Greg is an artist and has a gallery in our hometown, London, Ontario. Hence the awesome designs. But check this out. How friggin' beautiful is that? That's similar to the one that Mike Wong had on there, this side here. But that is a nice little update for the action. And if you come to Forked River Brewery in London, Ontario, Greg Ben's is donating some sets of apron cards. So in a random raffle on a Tuesday night, we'll give you one of these. Whoever gets this can trade this in for a set of free apron cards of your choice. Just go to the website, pinballcards.com, type in what you're looking for. If you don't see what you're looking for, send him a message. He may custom design you some cards right on the friggin' spot. So we're gonna have a few sets of these to give away over the next couple events. So let's start by installing some apron cards, some lift channel, and then maybe get to some flippers. Okay, this is the before and the after. Looks pretty damn good. Because there's an LED under for the like lower playfield right around this zone, it really illuminates this insert, but it kind of makes for a cool effect. So that's just an accidental lighting effect byproduct. All right, so Backglass is in surgery right now. So I yoinked off the old lift channel, lift trim. It's in very rough shape. And it's not like absolutely identical. The one I have is a little bit narrower and it's got a little lip on it. So I don't even know if that's going to fit. I'm going to also have to cut it to size, but I don't want to really cut it unless I know it fits. So let's give it a little dry run here. How does the old one fit? I see, I see. That is a bit of a problem. See how this edge is only like a 1/4 inch, and this edge is like, you know, more than 1/2 inch. That means it doesn't want to slip. The longer one doesn't want to slip over top of that little hump there. So I may have to cut it or just cram it on there or something, but I'll just fudge around with this for a bit. Okay, that trim is just not the right trim for the job. That ain't gonna work. Found another piece though, but I think it's gonna come with its own unique set of shenanigans as well. It's a lot closer looking. The main thing that's different, the bottom is fatter. So, question is, will it fit in the groove okay? You know, or am I gonna have to wedge that in there? It feels very wedged in. Don't love that, but I don't know. I'll give it a try. We'll see. Okay, this thing actually fits on pretty good and snug, and it's nice. It's just, like I said, very wide. I don't know how comfy it's going to be. What I did was slide up the side pieces because they were all the way down to the bottom, which meant that this channel could only technically come to about here and to about here, and I'd rather have the channel come all the way to the edge, and then I'll just cut the excess off the tops there, and I like that orientation much better. So how am I going to cut this? Haven't decided yet. Okay, I decided upon an overly complex method on how to trim these pieces down. I'll show you how I do that. Wow, did you even see that? But there you go. Well, you didn't see this cut either. It was a little thicker, so I went with the hacksaw on that one. Okay, I'm happy with how the trim fit. It's nice, it's nice. Now, it'll be especially nice if it actually will fit in the like speaker panel channel. I'm not going to connect that just yet. Alright, come on, big money, no whammies. Yeah, that fit in perfectly. So we are all happy again. Look at that. Perfectly good, nice and thick lift trim. I'll give it a bit of a clean. And I noticed it's a little bit dirty up here. Maybe I should get the whole front plexi clean there, or glass, or whatever it is. Yeah, I think I'll give that a clean. Just polish that up. That's pretty freaking sweet though. All right, there it is. All cleaned up and looking pretty. So there are the older style LEDs in the back box here, but I find that the brightness of it is sufficient. If I were to change all those to modern LEDs, it would actually be a little potentially obnoxious, and the glare on the glass would be also obnoxious. So I am content with the brightness level right now, so I am going to leave that as is. But cleaned up everything. You can see the trim's got like a wide side, and on the back there's more of a thin side. So we had a wide side here, a wide side here, and then the thin side was on the top, so I just reversed that to put the wide side on the front, and that kind of covered up a little bit of the edge gunk that was there. So that and a little glass cleaner, and she is purty. Okay, well, Ellie, I'm trying to start a clip here, but I hear you meowing in the background. She meows again. She can't be too far. Oh, there you are. Well, I'm glad you made an appearance. You showed up late yesterday, didn't you? All the work was done. That's when you decided to show up. Okay, well, you do your thing. I gotta go work on these flippers, okay? Okay. All right, I've been procrastinating long enough. Oh, see that? Roger Sharp signed The Man Who Saved the Pinball little flyer. How cool is that? And anyway, yeah, so we've got a broken screw. We've got a mangled end of stroke switch. If you look closely at the link there, it's a little chewy. Probably the same for the other side. And yeah, I mean, the coil's great. The stop is probably fine. So pretty much just going to replace the plunger link, maybe the stop, maybe the sleeve. I don't think I want to get rid of this end of stroke switch. It's too new. This one here is a little older, so if I have one for that, then maybe. But yep, time to get to work. Isn't that right, Ellie? All right, flipper number 1 is out. So let's have a look at what we got here. This coil stop actually looks to be in good shape. It's not hammered, flat, and mushroomed. Sleeve, we'll replace that. There was 2 spring washers on this for whatever reason, so we only need 1. This is my new rubber. Here is the original flipper bat. I have 2 new ones coming. They are yellow, Williams logo. I didn't go anything too fancy on that, but they're on the way. This plunger, it's not horrible. It's a little fuzzy, a little magnetized. The link, yeah, it's got some wear. The pawl here is pretty much squished together. You can only tighten these so many times before they just start losing their grip. And a stroke switch. Newer, but oddly bent. Looks like on purpose. And this bushing, you know, I'm probably going to change the bushings just because if it looks like that, while I have it out, I might as well. Look, we got a loose nut. And then, of course, we got this Allen screw broken off inside. So these are all the things that I'm going to try and remedy. All right, got this guy cleaned up pretty good. Bushing removed, and a stroke switch a little straighter, and polished the contacts with my Dremel brush. They're pretty. Well, let's see if I can get this Allen screw out. Here's my strategy. I've done this a couple times. Oh, maybe the fact that I cleaned it helped lubricate it, because look at that. I barely even had a grip on that. Those threads are still good. Ooh, shit. I see what you're up to. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, you must investigate. What do you think? Everything good? Well, I'll let you do your thing. I gotta go back to the flippers. Alright, I'm glad I supersized my desk because got it full of crap. So here's the old bushing, and I found these guys. I checked, they're actually a part number printed on them. It's like 3A7568. And the actual original Williams is 037568. So it's pretty damn close, and I imagine they're going to be fine. They have that little bit of a flange on the end. See that? Whereas these ones do not. Why those exist? Somebody inform me, because I have no idea why the flange. So I found brand new set screw. I got a new sleeve, and I reused the pawl, but I installed a new plunger and link. See how nice that is? And this washer was actually missing. There was none to speak of, so I went into the old parts pile and I found what I needed. Also, there is a decent looking pawl here. Yeah, it's not bad. So, you know, maybe I might reuse this guy. I like when it has this little piece on here, so you don't need two tools to tighten it. Whereas on this guy, you need some pliers, a wrench, and you need your Allen wrench and an Allen wrench to tighten this up. On this style, you just need your wrench. So I like that. And I know I'll keep those parts on hand. I have a whole new NOS plunger link pawl assembly here, but just a little bit rusty and old. It would clean up fine. And I will probably use it, but I mean, see what I mean? It is a little bit leppy. It's NOS, it's just been weathered. Same with this guy here. So we'll see if I end up using those or not. But anyway, that is all. I'm going to reuse this coil stop. It's fine. And I think that's about it for flipper number 1. So I'm going to install that, and I'll just temporarily use this bat. Just snug it in just a little bit to hold it in place. Okay, flipper number 1 is done. Got the end of stroke switch soldered on. 2 screws. All happy now. I did have to tap out the right set screw threads because they were a little bit sticky. And stroke switch is better. New bushing, new plunger and link, new coil sleeve, and everything all cleaned up. And a stroke switch for now is good. Oh, and I ended up changing out the coil stop. I just felt like you had to push the pawl and plunger in so deep. And I thought, you know what, let's just try what I believe to be the original coil stops. I don't know what this is from. It's got a little like castle shape on the top. And these stops here are just a little bit longer. So that means plunger doesn't have to extend as far, flippers won't go up as high, and you won't have to push that end of stroke switch back 400 degrees in order for it to close. So that decision was made, and I think it was a good one, although albeit very minor. So time for flipper number 2. It just dawned on me that I made a fatal mistake. I ordered 2 brand new yellow Williams flipper bats. Ellie, how many friggin' flippers are in Congo, huh? The answer is not 2, you big dork. Not you, Ellie, me. I am the big dork. So I'm gonna either hit up maybe Kevin, see if he has a good used one, or maybe, just maybe, I've got enough used ones in here that Oh, that's a decent candidate. I don't like that base though. See, that's like molded. No, don't like that. So I'm gonna have to lep this third flipper up, sadly. That one doesn't look too bad, it just looks faded. No, that's no good. Anyway, yeah. Ooh, that's also not bad. But that must be old style then, to have the attached, yeah, the non-molded kind. Anyway, I'll deal with that when I get to it, but what a big dodo. Oh, I was supposed to be taking a photo again. Oops, you're such a cutie. I just wanted to show you the difference between the two styles of coil stops. See? The one with the black stop is actually like a 1/16 longer, so we'll see how that works. Alright, here's flipper number 2. Nothing too noteworthy that I've noticed yet. Different style end of stroke switch. May or may not replace it. All my nuts are intact. And the only thing I noticed is that this link is different style than the other one was. It's got the sharper cut corners, whereas this got the rounded corners. I think technically that might be more of a Data East thing, but I could be wrong. But I've got a remedy for that right here. We're gonna make both flippers symmetrical. So, yeah, I'll clean this up and put it back together. All cleaned up, new bushing, new plunger and link, new coil stop. Oh, I need to grab a new sleeve too. And these guys will go into the graveyard. All right, flipper number 2 is done. I kept the end of stroke switch. I cleaned it up nicely. And yeah, basically cleaned, installed. Same shit as the left side, so you know, not much to really speak about. But it is all happy and nice, and the stroke switch is adjusted right now and happy. So it's getting late and I'm gonna wrap this up. So I don't know, maybe I'll do this tomorrow and call that an episode. It looks like it's got the sharp angled link on it as well. Anyway, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll deal with that and then yeah, we'll go from there. Hey, look at that. And a stroke switch. That don't look too pretty. Okay, I'm back to tackle flipper number 3. But one cool thing I just noticed the other day, ever since moving Quicksilver in this place, check this out. Right above it was this cool lapel set that was gifted to me by fellow Shenanigander Chris McKinley. The set, I'm pretty sure, was made and sold by Tommy Skinner of this flippin' podcast. And ouch, I gotta mark another one up there for the Headbangers Club. I've got a good number of bonks of my head, so I'll add another one to the list. Anyway, I used to actually have my old Sea Witch right in this very spot. Camera does not like that. Quicksilver is now in this very spot, and I need a stargazer one of these days. That'll be the next mission. You know, I do have my Meteor playfield still from the Quicksilver build. Meteor has 3 sets of 3 drop targets. Stargazer has 3 sets of 3 drop targets. So if I ever wanted to do a scratch build on a Stargazer, I got a head start, but we'll see. That's just kind of thinking out loud. In the meanwhile, let's deal with flipper number 3. Okay, I've got flipper mech number 3 removed. All 3 flippers had these funky coil stops, so I'm starting to wonder if these are original, although they're in such nice shape. It's hard to imagine they're original, but are they correct is the real question. And then 2 out of the 3 links are the beige style with the like narrow cut rather than the rounded cut. So I'm guessing this was replaced and these 2 might be original, possibly. I think all the pawls are original. Of course the bushings. And then this end of stroke switch has lost part of its limb. So I'm gonna have to look and maybe see if I have any more of these. It's definitely really bent too. Like, is that a byproduct of these shorter coil stops allowing for more travel in the plunger and link system so that these have to be bent back further? Although that's like only a 1/16 of an inch. So who knows? And then the only other thing noteworthy is because this is upper flipper right near the edge of the playfield, it doesn't actually have a little tab here for screws to go into. It's a 3-tabber. So I'll do my thing and refurbish this bad boy, go EOS hunting and see what I can find. Okay, just for S&Gs, I went coil stop hunting, and this is the only one I found, at least on the Marco site, while looking hard for a good solid 20 seconds, that this coil stop here is actually for data east machines used in games with non-electronic controlled flippers with a mechanical style normally closed end of stroke switch. I think these ones are actually normally open. And this stop is slightly shorter than this other one to allow for slightly longer travel to ensure proper EOS actuation. So there you have it. My suspicions and my theories are confirmed. This is not correct, and it allows for longer travel, which bends the F and breaks the F out of these end of stroke switches. So that's what's going on there. And for more S&Gs, check this out. Plunger link flipper assembly early. If you click on this guy here, you can see the tapered linkage. Plunger and link assembly for pre-Fliptronic Williams and early Data East flipper assemblies. So this is what? Congo's 1995. Would you call that early Williams? Perhaps. So is it correct or is it not? Still a mystery. All right, I keep going off on a tangent, but this is Pinball Life. Here is a flipper rebuild kit for Bally Williams from 1993 to 1998. And if you click on the link, you will see the link is not the tapered variety. So there you go. There's your public service announcement for the day. All right, things are looking up here. Got the new plunger and link installed. Got the new bushing. Got everything cleaned up. I trimmed the spring just a rung or two because it was a little mangled at the end, so that's a little happier. And I found this leaf switch, Williams end of stroke normally open. I don't know if it is in fact the actual correct one. I could find out, but you know, check this out. I think that that is going to work just fine and dandy. So I'll throw this guy on there and get rid of this mangled one and then install everything. All right, flipper number 3 is installed. Everything is looking good. I actually took the Dremel just to this edge here because it's awfully close to the edge of the playfield, and I don't want to be scuffing up my nice art blades. And I may even file that down just a little bit more. But yeah, that's where we're missing the extra little tab there for screws. But and stroke switch, I didn't bend at all. It just worked perfectly. Look at that. And it's all soldered up. Spring's happy, feels really good. So I'm gonna see if I can clean up a flipper bat so that I've already given this a first go. And this is just old rubber that's stuck on. You know what? This is coming out all right. It's got some hot water in here. It was some simple green. It's been soaking for a while. So if this one cleans up nice enough, then I can live with the upper flipper not being brand new. Okay, I think for now I'm done with mucking around with flippers. Here's the old parts. Sleeves are garbage. Bushings are garbage. Plunger and links I'll throw in my used flipper parts. This end of stroke switch. Can't imagine that being any good, so probably just ditch that. And then the coil stops I threw in my used flipper parts as well, because they're also in good shape. So we'll get rid of all this stuff. And I did manage to clean up the flipper bat. Not perfect, but pretty damn good. So I can actually install this now. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then I gotta wait for my other two flipper bats. Have a look at that. That's pretty. It's snappy, it's flippy, and it's flappy. And I think it's aligned properly. So time will tell if I can make the volcano shot. I just lined it up along the wall beside it. There's no actual like hole in the playfield that I noticed. So I just lined it up against the wall. And that should do the trick. I'm pretty much at a crossroads. Need to wait for some parts before I can finish this up. I don't think there's a whole lot more I can do. I gotta adjust the mine shaft switch. I'm gonna mount my hippo potentially somewhere. I don't even know if I can do that until I've got all the ramps and wire forms installed, so I know how much clearance I have. So I think I'm gonna wrap up this video for now. But all in all, this thing is turning out amazing, and I am loving it.